ignores the needs of people who live in northern Wisconsin to have the very predictability in their lives and for their communities to move forward as families with predictability, with protection, and with revenue. All we have in the bill before us are ways to protect, to provide clarity, and to provide revenue for one out-of-state mining company.
On your sub that is coming up, we would like to address our questions to the author of the bill, so we ask that person to stand up. Thank you.
Did you speak with the author of this bill and get their input on your amendment? And what did they have to say? And it's a two-part question. And who was the author of the bill? Thank you.
It was absolutely partisan, in that this technical amendment, again, does not fix the fact that we are outsourcing and putting upon the state taxpayers the cost of the mine owner to be total amount of fees. The bill caps it at $2 million. The current law does not cap it, neither does Michigan and Minnesota. The bill also does not, as we feel, and neither does this amendment, help streamline the process.
Remember now, the most significant bill in 100 years that this body will ever vote on, you can't get your questions asked because there's no author of a bill.
And I want to know when Democrats and when people on that side of the aisle are going to really be sincere about creating jobs. Because we know this will create hundreds of jobs when they're constructing the mine, generational jobs after the mine's in place. These aren't jobs that can pick up and go to China or India. The iron ore is in our ground here in Wisconsin. Milwaukee legislators, really? Do you not know you have in your backyard the largest manufacturer of mining equipment? It's called Caterpillar. Look it up. This will save jobs in Milwaukee. This will save jobs. To answer your question, gentleman from the 37, Mr. Speaker, I would ask unanimous consent that myself and all Republicans be made authors of this legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I take it some of y'all want to be co-sponsors? All right, you got that ready? No? Out of the 79 countries and states they range, Wisconsin came in 72nd. Not so good. A lot of barriers in the way of mining, opening new mines. Ranking at the very bottom is Venezuela. You wish on it. The unfortunate part is ranking right above us is Zimbabwe. The president of Zimbabwe is Robert Mugabe. Dictator, murderer, international criminal. And yet these mining companies would rather work with him than with the state of Wisconsin because we have put so many barriers in the way.
We had the Ashland Area Development Corporation, Mr. Speaker, the Hurley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Ashland Business Alliance, the Iron County Development Authority, the Iron County Towns Association. Speak not against each other, but in unity, in opposition to this bill. Yes, in Hurley, Wisconsin. And why did they oppose this bill? They're for mining. They oppose this bill because you still skim 40% of the net proceeds revenues back to the general fund.